Hi everybody, it's Crystal. Welcome to my channel, Bagoday Crochet. So, today I'm going to be showing you a stitch tutorial. So, if you have not hit that subscribe button, please do. I got so many tutorials. Not just stitch tutorials. I got anything that you could ever want to make and multiples of them. So, and we talk about yarn. If you like that kind of thing, maybe you'll like it here. But today I'm going to be showing you how to crochet the hyacinth stitch. I'm sorry, I can never say that flower very well. As you can see, now this is very easy. It is a 2-row repeat. This is what it looks like. So I would, it's pretty solid, but still yet semi, but I wouldn't consider it like, super meshy or anything. As for a yarn eater scale, I would say no, it's not a yarn eater. It's just about average, pretty much. It doesn't suck up the yarn like bobbles or anything. So this is the front side. I guess it's the front. I would consider this to be the front side. You see the edge is pretty nice and straight. And I would probably consider this to be a back. Although you could choose whichever side you want to be the front or the back, I guess. I just think I prefer the looks of this side a little bit better. So use this thing for, whatever you want. Multiple uses since it's a semi 3/4 solid stitch. It's nice. Not a yarn eater. Super easy. 2-row repeat. Let's get started. Want to? Let's get started in here. Alright, so for the purpose of this the stitch tutorial that you see, I don't have the label anymore, but it is Red Heart Super Saver Ombre in the color Anemone. And then tutorial purposes, I did use a size J, which is a 6mm crochet hook. Alright, so this stitch is done in a multiple of 4 plus 2, which means no matter what you're making, you need to chain however long you want your project to be in multiples of 4, like 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, just multiples of 4. And once you get it as long as you want it to be, you add 2 more to your base chain. So we go ahead and start off with a slip knot on our hook. And then you begin your chain of a multiple in multiples of 4 plus 2. So there's 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you just continue in 4s till you get as long as you want it to be, whether you're making a blanket, scarf, whatever. And then once you get it as long as you want it to be, go ahead and add 2 more to your base chain, just like that. Alright, so we'll go ahead and start row 1. I usually like to start my projects out on a base row of single crochet or double crochet. So we're going to start this stitch out on a base row of single crochet. So we do not count this stitch on our hook. What we're going to do is single crochet in the second stitch from the hook. So we do not count that stitch there. Or, I'm sorry, we do not count the one that's on our hook. So we count this one here as number 1. And then the second, we're going to single crochet into it. Just like that. And then we're going to work across, and we're going to put 1 single crochet in every stitch of the chain. So row 1 is our base row of single crochet. We're just doing 1 single crochet in every stitch until we get to the end of our row. Alright, so we made it to the end of row 1. Now we're going to go ahead and start row 2. So we're going to do a chain 1, and we're going to turn our work. So that chain 1 does not count as a stitch, alright? It doesn't count as anything. So we're going to go right back here into our very first stitch, and we're going to work 4 double crochets into that very first stitch. So there's 1, 2, 3, and there's 4. Now we're going to start the repeat of row 2. We are going to skip 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. Skip, skip, skip. And then the next one we're going to put a single crochet into that stitch. Then we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and we're going to go back into that exact same stitch that we just single crocheted into, and we're going to work 3 double crochets. There's 1, 2, and 3, and then we're going to repeat that again. So we're going to skip 3, 1, 2, 3, skip, 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 and in the next one we're going to single crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to go back into the same stitch that we just did that single crochet into, and we're going to work 3 double crochets. There's 1 and 2, and there is 3. Just like that. Let's repeat it again. Skip 3, 1, 2, 3, skip, 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 single crochet into the next, chain 3, go back into the same stitch that we just single crocheted into, and we are going to work 3 double crochets into that same stitch. Now we're going to go ahead and repeat this pattern until we get near the end of our row. Alright, so I'm coming to the end of the row, and I just did my last single, chain 3, 3 doubles, and I have 4 stitches that remain. I'm going to skip 3, skip, 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 and I'm going to put a single crochet into my last stitch, and that will end row 2. Do kind of a looser single crochet, don't make it extremely tight. Now in row 2. Alright, so now we're going to start row 3. So rows 3 and 4 are the repeat rows for the pattern. So for row 3, again, we're going to chain 1 and turn, and that chain 1 does not count as a stitch. So we're going to work right back in to this very first stitch, and we're going to work a double crochet. Just like that. Now we're going to chain 1. We're going to start the repeat now. We're going to do a double crochet 3 together over these 3 double crochets. So we're going to yarn over, go into this double crochet here from the previous row, draw up a loop, and yarn over and go through the first 2 loops. Yarn over and go into the next double crochet, draw up a loop, yarn over and go through the first 2 loops. One more time, we're going to yarn over and go into that last double crochet, draw up a loop, yarn over and go through the first 2 loops. 4 loops remain. Yarn over and go through all 4 and chain 1. And then there's this chain 3 here up next. We're going to single crochet into the top of that chain 3. Like that. And then we're going to chain 1 and we're going to repeat again. So we're going to start off by doing the double crochet 3 together over these double crochets here. So we yarn over, go down here at the bottom in the first one, draw up a loop, and yarn over and go through the first 2. Yarn over and go into the next one, draw up a loop, yarn over and go through the first 2. Again, we're going to yarn over and go into the last one here, draw up a loop, yarn over and go through the first 2. 4 loops remain, yarn over and go through all 4, and chain 1. Now this chain 3 here on the end, the stitch at the top stitch of that chain 3, we're going to go into it and single crochet, and then we're going to chain 1, and we're going to start again. So we're going to do the double crochet 3 together in these 3 double crochets down here, starting with the one on the very bottom. Four loops, yarn over, go through all 4, chain 1, come over here to this chain 3 and into the top chain of that chain 3. We go into it in single crochet, make sure you chain 1 after that, and we do it again. And this is what we're going to keep repeating until we get near the end of our row. Got the 4 loops, yarn over, go through all 4, chain 1. And then you come over here to this chain 3 here, and in the top chain of that chain 3, single crochet, make sure you chain 1 after that, and repeat. And I'll meet back up with you when we get near the end of our row. Alright, I'm coming to the end of row 3, and I just did my double crochet 3 together. I want to make sure that I chain 1 after that. And now we're going to end by putting a single crochet into the last double crochet of our row. So down here, because remember we began with 4 double crochets on the previous row, and we just worked through 3 of them. So we got 1 left. So the last stitch, do a kind of a looser single crochet. You don't want to make it extremely tight, like that. And that ends row 3. All right, now we're going to start row 4, which is a final row of our repeat, and you're going to notice that it's pretty similar to row 2. So we're going to chain 1 and turn our work, and again that chain 1 does not count as a stitch. So we're going to start off in this very first stitch here, and we are going to work 4 double crochets. There's 1, 2, 3, and there is 4. Now what we're going to do actually is we're going to find the single crochet from the previous row. So it's actually right here. So here's the cluster stitch we did. Here's the chain 1 that we did right here. Right here is the single crochet. So we're going to go right into it, and we're going to single crochet, chain 3, and then go back into that same stitch and work 3 double crochets. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And that's what we're going to repeat all the way across. So again, we're going to find our next single crochet. So here's the cluster, here's the chain 1, and right here is the single crochet. So go right into it, single crochet, chain 3, go back into the same stitch that we just single crocheted into, and work 3 double crochets. There's 1, 2, and 3. And we repeat again. We're going to find our next single crochet. So here is the cluster, here is the chain 1, right here is the single crochet. So we go right into that, and we single crochet, chain 3, and go back into the same spot that we just single crocheted into and work 3 doubles. So we're going to go ahead and repeat this pattern until we get near the end of row 4. Alright, so I'm coming to the end of row 4, and I just did my single, chain 3, and 3 doubles, and what I have left here is, here's my cluster, my chain 1 space here, and then I have a double crochet here on the end from the previous row. I'm going to single crochet into that last stitch here. Remember, you don't ever want to single crochet too tightly on the ends, just like that. And that will end row 4, and that will end the repeat rows. So you would just keep repeating rows 3 and 4. But you do want to end on a row 3 repeat. So that's what I'm going to do now. So you just repeat rows 3 and 4, 3 and 4, 3 and 4 until you get to your desired length. So for row 5, I'm just repeating row 3, chain in 1 and turn. I'm going to go back into the same stitch here, and I'm going to work 1 and double crochet. And then I'm going to chain 1 like that. Then I'm going to do my 3 double crochet 3 together over these first 3 double crochets. 4 loops, yarn over, go through all 4, chain 1, and then this chain 3 here into the top chain of that chain 3. We're going to single. Make sure you chain 1 after that, and then we're just going to repeat that all the way across. So we're just repeating row 3, and that is it. 3 and 4, 3 and 4. Just remember, when you do a single crochet on the end, just not to make it too tight. Single crochet into the top of the chain 3, and always remember to do a chain 1 after that single crochet. And that's it. So after a few repeats, let me get my right side. Well, the side I like to be my right side. You could choose. It starts to look like this. So it actually has some, I just pulled that stitch out. Actually has some pretty nice edges on it already. So if you wanted to use this for a blanket or something, you could go around it with, you know, nice single crochet, like edge it up with some single crochet or something like that. Make a nice scarf. Whatever you want to do, sky's the limit, and the creativity is yours. So if you make something out of this, I'd really like to see a picture. You can find my link to my Bagoday Crochet Facebook page in the description box, to where you can show me anything that you have made from any of my stitches or any of my tutorials. I always like to see everybody's take on the things that I teach. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, that like button if you have not already. I really like that stitch. Gives me some ideas. I'll see you guys on my next video. All right. Take care. Bye, guys.